Am I still not live? Come on. What? Okay, so let me see if I can get the thing on. Desktop audio, then capture audio, scene, image, media, window, video. Ha! Let's see if this works. Pencils. The word starting. Okay, cool. So I've got something at least. Let's see if I can get break. Hurry though. Let me see if I can get this. Full spectrum. Oh, gosh. Create stream output projector. Oh, this is frustrating. Okay, I might have to cancel this if I can't figure out the webcam thing. Maybe I'm just trying to test this. I've never done this stuff before, so just hopefully you can bear with me. Nope, not that one. It's so cool that I can see you guys typing. It's really cool. Let me see if I can add something else. Configure video maybe. Resolution. Custom. Don't know what I'm clicking. Okay, just bear with me. Maybe I can actually figure this out. Although I'm not a technical genius, so I'm not gonna work. Audio. Oh my gosh, this is so frustrating. Anybody knows how to do this, I will be so glad if you can tell me. Copy photos, remove, recording output projector. Maybe my camera's just not on. I don't know. And maybe this will help if I just click camera control. Okay, so something flashed, but I don't know. It doesn't look like it's on. Oh, we're gonna carry on with math. Yes, but I need to get this up and running. Otherwise, I can kind of just tell you what you guys need to do for me so long. Because at this point in time, I can't really show you anything. which I wanted to show you. I wanted to do like a small math lesson, but unfortunately I can't. So I'm basically just gonna show you or talk to you about what you can do in your math books for me now. So basically I'm just gonna do it like this today, and then I'll try and see if I can figure it out tomorrow. So it starts off with common fractions. On page 118, we have ordering and comparing fractions. So the biggest thing that you need to know about ordering and comparing fractions is that you need to basically get them to the same denominator. So if you remember a fraction, it's got a number on top, it's got the fraction 9, and then it's got a number at the bottom. So the number at the bottom is the denominator. So you need to make sure that the denominator of all of those fractions that you're looking at are exactly the same. So you need to either make it the same or find something that it has in common with another fraction so that you can compare them and order them properly. So on page 120, it's got the fraction wall, which I told you guys to draw in your books for me. So that's just to help you see what a fraction is. So a fraction is basically when it has, you've got a whole, and so say for instance you've got a whole packet of apples. So in the packet you've got 4 apples. The 4 is the amount of apples that you can share in the packet. The one whole, the actual packet, is the whole basically. So you can always portion that whole into 4 pieces. So you've got an apple per piece. And it's kind of confusing to explain it now, like without actually showing you. But yeah, I was actually gonna cut up a chocolate, but can't do that. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to see if maybe I can fix this so I can show you, because then at least I can eat the chocolate later and not feel guilty about it. Yeah, so basically when you're doing equivalent fractions are fractions that are exactly the same as another fraction, but it's just a bigger portion of it or a smaller portion of the fraction. So if you look at the worked examples, all I've basically asked you to do was to write them down. So you can write them in the way that they've set it out in the book, or you can read it and find different steps on how you would write it. You don't have to write it exactly as it's done in the book, but what I suggest you do is at least make one side the working out and the other side of your page, like fold your page in half, and then you can make the one side all of the working out, and then the other side you can put all your little notes and things on what you actually did each step, so that you understand what you did from one step to another, like they do in the book on page 121. So I would suggest you can maybe do that, but yeah, it's a bit confusing if I can't show you on the board. Then I would like you guys to just try exercise 1 for me. It's basically just taking the equivalent fractions and making it, or the fractions, and then making 3 different equivalents of it. So for number 1, it's a third. So basically what you can do is you can times the whole fraction either by, let's say 4. This times it by 4. So 1 times 4 will be 4. So you're going to put 4 on top. And then at the bottom, it's got a 3. So 3 times 4 is going to be 12. So my answer will then be, my other fraction, my equivalent fraction to a third, will be 4 over 12. And then you can find 2 others. So you can then times it by 12. And then 1 times 12 is 12. 3 times 12 is, I think, 36, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so you can try, no, it's not 36. It's like this. Anyway, so you can try that for me. Do exercise 1 for me. And I've got the answers in my other book. So I can give you the answers for them. For the whole of activity 1. And then after that, you're ordering and comparing the fractions using equivalent fractions. That sounds very confusing. Okay, but anyway, so basically it's ordering the fractions that you have and make sure that they are exactly the same. They've got different values, but one's bigger, one's smaller, and you just have to put the one that's bigger in front or at the back or whatever. And then after that, so they've got the worked examples again, and then they've got exercise 2. So compare the following fraction pairs. So it says it's 6/12 and then it's 3/4. So you now need to see which one is bigger and which one is smaller. Oh, I'm sorry. It's terrible that I can't actually see what I'm saying and all that. Hopefully you can follow with me. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to end the stream and then I'm going to try and figure out if I can redo it. And then I can listen back and see what's actually not working. Yeah. It's so frustrating. Anyway, okay, so I'm just going to finish this quickly. So it says 6/12. So get them to the same denominator. So we've got 6/12 and 3/4. Make sure that you have the same denominator. Which one is actually bigger? The 12 is bigger than the 4. So we're actually going to take the 3/4 and make it an equivalent fraction to the 6/12. So we're going to change the 3/4. So take the 4. What do you do from 4 to get to 12? You times by 3. So then you times the top by 3. So you're going to say 3 times 3. And that's going to give me 9. So then we eventually got 6/12 and then we've got 9/12. So you need to see which one is actually bigger or smaller. So is the 6/12 bigger or smaller than 9/12? I want to see what you guys say. Well, basically it's only red at the moment, so let's see what you say. So is 6/12 bigger or smaller than 9/12? And that's going to be, I'll show you the sign as well. Open. So I'll show you the sign and then you can also just have that in your book so that you know which one is bigger or smaller. See if I can do it. There. Okay. So I've got the sign ready. 6/12, is it bigger or smaller than 9/12? I know you guys can't see me, I'm so sorry. Video isn't working. But yeah. I don't know if you guys can tell me which one is bigger or smaller. Check the video resolution. The problem is, I think that's the problem. My video resolution is too small. So that's why I can't actually, that's why it won't show the video. Okay, so I'm going to have to try and figure out how to fix that. Going back to the last question that I asked. So it's actually going to be bigger. So 6/12 and 9/12. 9/12 is actually bigger or smaller than 6/12. There's more portions, so that means it is actually bigger. So 9/12 is actually bigger, so that means if you have to write it in the order that it is, 6/12 will be smaller than 9/12, and I will use that sign that I sent. Okay, so why are you confused? Are you thinking, Rita? Okay, let me see if I can fix this, I'll try it again, but I'll leave this stream up so that you guys can actually just figure out what I'm trying to say. Otherwise, I think it's going to be a bit confusing. I don't understand why this thing is not working. Very sad. Okay. I'll end the stream now, and I will basically just redo this when I actually get everything up and running. But I hope you guys are doing well, and I miss you all so much, even though it's only been like literally 1 day since school should have started. But yeah, I hope that you guys are staying safe and doing well, and I miss you all. So yeah, hopefully I get to get this up and running pretty soon. So we'll see. Okay, bye, stay safe.